Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with George Zimmerman. And George, we have a lot of opportunities to enjoy festivals and events year-round, but this is one that actually is really cool in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is summer, obviously. I mean, we're in the start of the summer, the event season, and obviously we're seeing that with the stuff we're talking about on the show today, all these great events. And here's another one. This is the Michigan Challenge, which is this Challenge Balloonfest. Takes place in Howell near the end of the month, so June 28 to 30. Michelle Token is the director of that event. And Michelle, tell us a little bit about the challenge and why people should come and experience it.
Well, it's the state championship of hot air ballooning, and we have 5 scheduled balloon launches, all located at the Howell High School campus.
Okay.
They're from 6 to 8 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, and the balloons fly in between 6 and 8 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday morning, and that's when people can really see the competition. And the pilots are competing, of course, for bragging rights as the champion, and there's cash prizes and a trophy as well. And what they'll do is take markers or baggies and throw them from their hot air balloons and try and hit the middle of an X-shaped target. So it's a competition involving skill and accuracy, and each pilot throws a bit differently. So it's very fun to watch the fly-ins in the early morning here in Howell.
And is it just the pilot and the balloon during the competition?
Most times, yes.
Okay.
Some will have their crew chief with them.
Okay.
We have a number of competitions scheduled through the weekend, and it's kind of the scoring is done on a cumulative basis based on how many competitive flights we can fit in.
Right. So now, Dave and I are always amazed at how many sports we think are just, kind of fun sports. They're actually professional people do it for a living. Is that true of ballooning?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
The Michigan Challenge Balloonfest attracts some of the best pilots in the whole world, and they've competed not only here all across the country in nationals, but, like I said, internationally as well. And they take their sport very seriously, just like our Tigers and our sports teams in Detroit. So they're professional athletes.
Well, Michelle, like with so many things, I don't understand. Just
that statement kind of captures it all.
It does, but I don't understand how you can direct the flight of a balloon. It seems like you would start out and then the wind would take you somewhere. I don't see any wings. I don't see any propellers. How do they do this?
Well, you're absolutely right, Dave. The wind just kind of takes the pilots. What they can control is the up and down movement of their aircraft, which is a balloon, but everything else is dependent on the wind. So
do they get to pick where they launch from and kind of figure out, downwind where they want to end up?
Well, we have pilot briefings before each scheduled flight, and we do talk about weather conditions and wind conditions.
Yeah.
And then we determine, where they will launch from. During the evening flights, they always launch from the Michigan Challenge Balloonfest grounds at Howell High School. But the morning flights, they will go to an appropriate place and fly into the site. And a lot of that is dependent on the wind and weather conditions.
So do they take off one at a time, or is this kind of like NASCAR where they're trying to, bump each other into the rail? Or how is this done?
Well, it's not as massive as NASCAR. They do typically go one at a time. However, a couple might go at a time, and when our balloons touch, we call that kissing balloons. So the mass balloon launch is wonderful to see, and doesn't have the excitement of everyone leaving the ground like a NASCAR race, but boy, it sure is pretty to see each one of them go up into the sky.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you mentioned some of these people compete all over the world. So then they have corporate sponsors and that kind of thing? I mean, how do they sustain themselves?
Yes, some of them are corporate pilots. Some of them are private pilots. We do have 6 corporate balloons flying in the event this year. We have a balloon from Findlay, Ohio, and then we have some local corporate sponsors as well, including the PNC ambassador balloons with their pilots from the west side of the state. Mm-hmm. So, yes, there are sponsorships and different things that they do to provide them the financial backing to compete in all of these balloon races.
Now, you mentioned cash prizes. What kind of money are we talking about?
It's minimal.
Okay. So they're not living off of that.
No. Our total cash and prizes for the event are $5,000 and under.
Well, that's cool.
You know.
That's worth going up into the air. But then I think anything is. It just sounds like fun.
And throwing a bag at something.
Yeah.
Why not?
It sounds.
Well, and they share a passion for the sport of hot air ballooning, in addition to being competitive and wanting to win. So it's just like any other sport: passion, skill, and talent all combined for a great Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest.
So how often are the balloons taking off? On the schedule, for instance, is this an everyday thing? Do they go several times a day, or is it just one time?
This is an everyday thing from Friday to Sunday. They go all 3 times in the evening, so Friday evening, Saturday evening, and Sunday evening, weather permitting, and then Saturday and Sunday mornings they fly in. So we have 5 scheduled balloon launches, and then we have a balloon glow on Saturday night where they will come back to the field, tether their balloons, and they'll glow in the night sky, which is a lot of people say that's a must-see event at the Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest.
Yeah, that's my favorite event, probably. It's just really cool.
Nice. Yeah, and so how many years have you been doing this there in Howell?
This is the 29th annual.
29th, okay.
So we're an established event.
Absolutely. And how big a crowd do you expect, for this kind of thing?
If the weather's nice, our attendance estimates can be as high as 120,000 for the whole weekend. Yes.
Wow.
Well, when you were describing the balloon launches and, that this, you might occasionally kiss balloons and such, I was actually thinking about kites as well and how difficult kites are to kind of maneuver. And you do have a stunt kite team that will be performing as well.
We do. We have the Windjammer Stunt Kite Team. They perform on Saturday and Sunday at 1 o'clock, and then that's when they do their choreographed shows. Other times, if the wind conditions are right, they'll just pull out their kites and have some fun flying and maybe even give some tips and let people in the audience get a hand at flying a kite as well.
I have done that with those really intricate, very difficult to maneuver kites, and just a little flick of a little pinky can make a big difference.
I know.
They tried to show me how to do it. It wasn't very successwell. No big
skill in
surprise.
Itself as well.
Yeah, it was really cool, though. I couldn't believe it.
I'm so surprised to hear that.
I know. It's just not my skill.
Well, and they have those long kite trains, and the kites are huge. So.
Yeah.
And you also have skydiving as well, correct?
We do. We've got the Renewal by Anderson Skydivers. They jump many times during the weekend, and they will do a night show after the balloon glow on Saturday night, too, where they jump and they'll shoot off pyrotechnics from their bodies. So that's kind of different and something cool to see as well.
Well, there's a carnival, lots of other things. Can you kind of briefly tell us about this learning adventure, mobile learning adventure?
That is a new thing at the Michigan Challenge this year. This is the Grow Up Great PNC Mobile Learning Adventure, and it's geared toward children 2 to 5. And, of course, there's been a lot of attention statewide and nationwide as to early learning for these children, and this is what the PNC Mobile Learning Adventure does. There are touchscreen kiosks. They have a When I Grow Up section where they get to dress up as a different professional and get their photo taken in front of a green screen. And there's also a Sesame Street learning kit that each child will receive with DVDs and magazines and activities cards. So we're real pleased that PNC is bringing its Grow Up Great mobile learning adventure to the event this year.
Yep, that sounds great. The entire thing, Michelle, sounds fabulous. We're talking about the Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest. The dates are June 28th to 30th in Howell. For more information, you can go to their website, which is michiganchallenge.com, and be sure to check it out. Speaking of events, Dave, there are many other events, as you know, and you even know about a couple of them right now that you could tell us.
I do. I know about a couple of them, including one actually down by our office in Lansing at the Adado Riverfront Park and River Trail System in Lansing. The 2013 Summer Concert Series starts again Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. The Lansing Symphony Orchestra will be performing, and I'm hoping by 7 o'clock I'll not be in the office. Almost virtually guaranteed, in fact.
I've never seen you in the office.
Well, you'd have to be there as well. So there we go. And then
Where's your desk, by the way?
Stop it. Okay, over in Muskegon County Fairgrounds hosts the Antique Farm Power Club show. That's this Thursday through Sunday. You can join the fellow tractor and engine enthusiasts there. They have these Antique Farm Power Club tractors on display. They do tractor pulls and daily demos and all that. Pretty cool. Over in Frankenmuth at Heritage Park, it's Bavarian Festival coming back Thursday through Sunday. Always a great deal of fun, and something tells me there'll be adult beverages to be sold there, and maybe even some homemade pretzels.
Could be.
Could be. And here's a fun one, the Thumb Soybean Festival. Yes, we're known for beans here in Michigan. We are. We make a lot of soybeans. And so they do this over in Brown City. They're kicking off the summer with that fun-filled event. The Thumb Soybean Festival is back. Don't miss it. And then the last one, Cereal City Festival, Battle Creek, this Friday through Saturday. And you know about Kellogg's and all the other cereal makers over there in Battle Creek. And if you'd like more information, all you have to do is go to michigan.org. We're going to find out what's happening up in Traverse City, new events and new opportunities with the Traverse Tall Ship Company next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.